De Alto Cedro voy para Marcané, llego a Puerto, voy para Mayarí. De Alto Cedro voy para Marcané, llego a Puerto, voy para Mayarí. El cariño que te tengo no te lo puedo negar. Se me sale la babita, yo no lo puedo evitar. Cuando Juanica y Chan Chan en el mar servían arena, como sacudí el jibe, a Chan Chan le daba pena. Limpia el camino de paz y yo me quiero sentar en aquel tronco que veo y así no puedo llegar. De Alto Cedro voy para Marcané, llego a Puerto, voy para Mayarí. De Alto Cedro voy para Marcané, llego a Puerto, voy para Mayarí. De Alto Cedro voy para Marcané, llego a Puerto, voy para Mayarí. De Alto Cedro voy para Marcané, llego a Puerto, voy para Mayarí. De Alto Cedro voy para Marcané, llego a Puerto, voy para Mayarí. De Alto Cedro voy para Marcané, llego a Puerto, voy para Mayarí.
Yo, 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 back in this bit for another one. A great one. Go Deep, episode 195. Yes, we were alive. And I mean, there's so many things you can rhyme with five, so I'm gonna just cut this shit short real right now. Go Deep 195. We came back today with Gio had a perfect setup with the Gotham City Sirens of Latin America. I hope I said Latin America. I hope that's right. A lot of times when I be, never mind. Let's get into this podcast. I have 3 beautiful women on the show today. Gio's not included in one of those 3 beautiful women. I'm not included in one of those 3 because we got 3 other beautiful women. Can you believe that? We have women on the show today and they held it down. I tried to throw every curveball at these ladies, but they constantly hit it out the park. I tried to trip them up, not having it. They walked right over my dumb ass, kicked me in the face, threw dirt on me, and called me a bellend. No, that's not what they did. We had a great interview though. It was fun. We hit a lot of topics, and it was one of those, not a man versus women thing, but it was one of those, we gotta talk some shit out things. That's what it was. And since we had some strong Latin women on the show today, they wasn't gonna hold back. They wasn't gonna hold any punches, and they didn't. So, let's get into it, fellas. Tell your girlfriend to come sit by you right now. Normally I always tell you to tell her to go sit the fuck down somewhere, but not this time. Tell her to sit next to you and listen to this podcast or watch this podcast because it's on Zoom. It's actually 4 Zoom segments. That's how much information is on this podcast. They killed it. Gave me a lot of beautiful content, a lot of great perspectives, and they kept my black ass in line, just like I need. I do not need yes men around me. Let's get into it, but let's listen to some music first, and then we'll get into the podcast right after that. Go Deep, episode 195. Look alive, because your mother is jive. And that's just how we're going to roll out with a rhyme. Sorry, Beyonce, I did not mention the Beehive. Yeah, bitch!
¿Cómo andan, chicas?
Hello.
Hi, Pili. How you doing?
Hey, good. How you doing?
Great, thanks.
That's good.
Release the Snyder Cut. I love your.
Oh yeah, thanks. I appreciate it. So we in Go Deep 195. So far we got 3 beautiful women with me. So I feel happy today. I got a little cool points. We're gonna start with Paula because she's in the room with us, and we talk to her all the time. So introduce yourself. Tell us a little bit about yourself and what got you in the movement, stuff like that.
Well, my name is Paula. I'm from Argentina, South America. I'm 38 years old, and I've been a fan of DC my whole life, since Super Friends in the 80s, the cartoon.
Right.
So then when growing up, reading some comics, watching some animated series, then the movies, Christopher Reeve, Superman, DCU, Man of Steel, and so on. So I joined the movement. I remember, just today I found my first tweet with the hashtag.
I saw it.
February 2018.
Okay, that's cool.
Yeah, I remember I left the movie theater in 2017 after seeing Justice League. And I remember talking to my husband and saying, I don't understand why didn't just they made Justice League War, the animated movie, the live action version of that movie. And there were so many things that didn't add up, like the Russian family or Batman with faces. Of course,
Laughing.
the mustache and that. It was so not Snyder. I wasn't aware of the whole story. I only knew what I heard in the media, like Gotham was coming to finishing the last touches. And so I was okay, cool, fine. Then when I saw the movie, I said, yeah, this is not Zack's work.
Right.
I had seen, I saw 300 in the theaters. I saw Watchmen. I had seen Dawn of the Dead, of course, Man of Steel and BBS. So there's a way of his storytelling, the rhythm of the pace of the story. So I knew there was something odd there. Then there was a year lap in March 2019 when the Hub account was created. There is when I dive in the movement, like hashtagging all day long and every day and asking all the Warner accounts to release the Snyder Cut, like, hey, some movie came out, yes, but release the Snyder Cut. Hey, Doom Patrol, a new season, yes, but release the Snyder Cut. I was just going through the old tweets and I said, it's insane.
Right.
So that's how I got involved with the movement, and then eventually end up through the Hub account, of course. I know I'm so 100% sure that without the Hub account, we wouldn't have got the Snyder Cut.
Right.
The work people behind the account pulled together, it was insane the amount of work. Yeah. So thanks to them, I get to know the people, the work, Fiona's work, Vinaldo's, Ramesh, and that's like my story in the movement. Now it's like more like just a Sunday drive after the announcement. It's like chilling.
Right, relaxation, right? So we got, that sounds great. And I appreciate you telling us that. We got a new newcomer in here. Some guy named Gio just showed up. So I'm not the only man. What's going on, Gio?
Sorry guys.
Hi, Gio. Welcome.
It's funny. Am I the only one on an island in this Latin American podcast? I think I am, and I'm on island time. I'm sorry.
Mm.
When did you guys start? Like,
No,
4 on
we
the
just
dot?
did. Yeah, we just kind of started recording like just now. So you
I'm not
walked
that
right
late.
into it. Nah, you're not that.
Good. I was like fixing my cap while Paul was telling her story. I'm so sorry.
All right, no problem. So Joanna, tell us something about you and how you got in the movement and stuff like that.
Okay. My name is Joanna. I'm from Ecuador, Guayaquil, Ecuador. Um, Basically the same as Paula. I love movies. I wanted to be an actress when I was a kid. I even studied that. But here's like not the best thing to do. Like it's not normal. You are not going to live with that career. So I went to med school, and it's weird being here, what I'm doing right now in this moment, because I thought I will never do something like this, like being on a YouTube channel, talking to other people, stuff like that, talking about what I love. And in the movement, well, I was already there. I've been in this fandom since the beginning. I have been a DC fan my entire life. So when when I saw well, I've been defending Zack Snyder since the beginning. So imagine when I went to see Justice League, the Frankenstein movie, and I was like, where are those parts from the trailer? Where is that part of, in the movie? And then I found out that other people were asking the same questions, and that's how we knew that this is not Zack Snyder's movie. In fact, when you're watching the movie, you know it's not his style. So I don't know who tweeted release the Snyder Cut for the first time, but I started tweeting since the beginning as well. So, and I have been like those annoying fans tweeting all the time, release the Snyder Cut, no matter what Warner Brothers tweet, I will be tweeting, release the Snyder Cut, release the Snyder Cut. So yeah, that's how I'm part of the movement and this amazing fandom.
Excellent. So Yara, man, you talked a lot off camera, so when it wasn't recording. So now you got to say that same exact thing now while we're recording. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Yeah, well, just as I told you, yes, I love movies. I love, like my whole life has been a big fan of movies, and also about DC Comics. And yes, to talk about a little bit of Zack Snyder and how did I start on this. I remember when I was expecting Justice League for a long time, because I am a big fan of Man of Steel and Batman versus Superman, and I was like, for that time I started my own channel, and I was like, okay, I need to watch the movie. I need to see what's going on, because I wanted to be able to report everything, right? And I remember that I was following all the news, and I was like, I remember when the daughter of Zack Snyder, everything that happens, and I remember when they announced that Joss Whedon was going to be the one that it was going to finish. And I remember at that time thinking about, like, okay, this is going to be on November. Why they don't just wait until next year? Because at that time I remember that they were talking about maybe putting the movie next year, right? Not on 2017, but 2000, what was
18.
yeah
18.
to put it in 18, the next year. But then everything happened. The movie just came in, and when I went to the movies to see Justice League, I remember that when I sit in the seat, and I saw the first scene with Superman, and that, I don't know, I was like, oh my God! I mean, at the first scene,
that face,
and I saw Henry Cavill with that. And I was like, oh, I'm sorry. Oh my, I cannot believe what they did. And through all the movie, I just saw a Marvel brand there,
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
And I'm like,
True.
okay, when I actually the part that I love about the movie was the part when Superman just wake up and all that part when Flash is running around
Right,
and
right.
Superman just follow him. That was for me, that was like, oh my God, this is crazy. But the whole thing, the whole thing felt like, you know what, this is unbelievable. And I
Right.
remember because I was like on top of that. I remember because I always watch a lot of YouTubers from United States. I remember a lot of people talking about what Joss Whedon and Warner Brothers did to the vision of Zack Snyder.
Mm.
And I remember about one day watching a video, a Grace Randall video that I don't know, everybody hates her. She's saying that she would like to see the version of Zack.
Mm-hmm.
And then I started to like be more active on Twitter,
Mm.
and I don't also remember. I don't remember who said it first. I do remember watching the tweets from Fiona, and that started released the Snyder Code, and from that time I was like, oh my God, I want to see the other version. I want to
Right.
see what Zack Snyder has on his mind, because I really love the work that Zack Snyder has done with the previous movies,
Right.
and I always thought that this was just unjust, you know. So from that time, I was like, okay, I want to see, I want to see, I want to see, I want to see. Yeah, that's a lot of time with this thing. Like,
Yeah.
and I don't consider myself to be like every day doing that, but I was like always like watching every movement, every hashtag, every event. I was like, okay, release another code, release another code. And actually, just to finish, because I don't want to um until this day, I keep fighting with people because on DC fandom, when Zack showed us the trailer, I have one friend that said, "But why Zack have to use those colors? Why it cannot be bright?" And I'm like, "Oh my goodness, that's not Zack's style.
It's not
We
sexy.
cannot be
Right.
the same as Marvel."
Right.
So until this day, I'm fighting with people over that. It's unbelievable.
I appreciate that intro.
And I don't even get that because like the Marvel movies are super desaturated. Like they don't have
Exactly.
color.
It's like for kids. It's like, but let me ask you, Gio. You've been
Yeah.
talking to me about this podcast of this ensemble of beautiful women for about 2 months now. Why did you want to put this together? Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, and I'm gonna hand it right back over to the ladies. But basically, so Paul and I know each other through the movement. We did a podcast together on the Roundtable, but even before that, we just always chatted back and forth. And Joe, I think I know you too. Like I remember seeing you from a while back. Yara, I never came across you until this year,
Yeah,
and
because
I'll be
I'm not
honest.
that famous.
I'm not that famous either.
Me neither. Me neither.
In fact, we're kind of infamous. People hate us.
Yeah, like in my country, I am the only one that it's like it's Snyder. Everybody's like, oh my
I
God.
think in my country people think I'm crazy.
Yeah.
All that day about Snyder and the Justice League.
We'll take that. We'll take that.
Yeah, but so yeah, no, I heard about what Paul was doing through Paul, and I started checking out you guys' channel, and before you guys even started the podcast, I thought it was cool, and I don't know if you guys were all involved in this, but I know Paul did a lot of work around sort of translating things that we did from the account to make sure that like people in Latin America, Spanish speakers could get the information that we had there, and sort of in the nature of the account too, because there are people involved in the account that speak Chinese, obviously, and they would translate stuff to that language. And they did one more. I think they did some Arabic too. So that was sort of in the nature of like when the account came around, making sure that when we say, all right, we're global, the information that we're passing is also put in a way that a global audience can take it. And I just remember speaking with Paul a lot about translating stuff to Spanish so that the Latin American community can get access to it. Even like, I mean, Brazil is Portuguese, but like one of the biggest parts of the fandom is in South America. Like Brazil goes hard for DC. Like it's known. They even called it out in their fandom. How do you say that? Fandom or fandom?
I thought it was
Fandom.
dome. I don't know.
The dome fandom.
It was a dome, right? I don't know.
In Brazil?
Is it a play on words? I don't know. Whatever. In the dome. In the dome, they called it out. So yeah, I just thought it was really cool. What Paul was doing, and I don't know if you guys were involved too, but shout out to you guys if you were. And then when you guys started the podcast and started listening to the podcast, I was like, this is so cool. Like, it's all female. Like, you guys are all lovers of DC, and I just sit there. You have like these 4-hour conversations that are so like insightful and shit, and they're like fully in Spanish. I just
And
like
passionate.
yeah, very
Very,
passionate.
very passionate.
Very passionate.
Like yesterday, they had a big fight yesterday.
Y'all had a fight yesterday? What was
An
that?
argument,
No,
yeah.
not a
It
fight.
was an argument. But
it's a-
it-
yeah,
we
it
had this huge
Oh, this is-
argument about asking for Ben or asking
Yeah.
for a new Superman solo movie. So
Uh-huh.
which should we ask first? And if we ask for Ben, then AT&T should know that we still want Henry Cavill to play Superman. But they say he's still on board. We need Ben to come back. So there was this
We were fighting about that.
heated
In Latin America,
back
it's a
and
casual
forth.
conversation.
It was very good.
But yeah, no, I started listening to podcast. I listened to it just to like get better at my Spanish because I born and raised in New York, but I grew up in like a Dominican neighborhood, and you know, like Dominican Spanish is a little bit, you know, it's rough. So you know, listening to you guys definitely like helped me sort of keep up, just sort of being a better Spanish speaker. So, but yeah, that's sort of my intro. But I don't know, you guys can sort of go in whatever order you like, but can you kind of walk us through how that podcast came together and like sort of everyone's portion of that and sort of like all the work that you did beforehand to sort of lead up to that podcast? That's sort of, we are so interested about that, and that's, you know, we find it amazing sort of what you guys are doing. So yeah, please go ahead.
So should I start?
Yeah, you are the
I am the
you are the
first,
creator.
the soul.
It's your cut.
First of all, I had the need to get more involved with the movement because being in South America and having a really shitty economy, it's hard for us to like donate or buy the T-shirts, and you have the need to do something to give back. So first, I started with an RTSC account, a Spanish account, willing to doing translation and trying to get together the English-speaking side of the movement to the Spanish-speaking side of the movement. But then the cut was announced, so it was like, okay, what now? After that, I started taking part in La Hoguera de Gotham, which is a Spanish YouTube channel, as a guest, and had great feedback because I'm so charismatic. I'm so eloquent.
You are.
In Spanish, I'm so eloquent.
You're eloquent too.
And I have this ability, and not so humble, but I have the ability to like put my ideas into words in a specific way. So people
A
like
direct way.
looks like, yeah. So it's the Argentinian in me. We call it chamuyo, which is the sweet tongue to convince everyone to do anything. It's like
You convinced me to watch Lucifer.
Yep, you go. See, so and I get sidetracked all the time. So I started taking part in La Hoguera de Gotham, and then I got invited to 2 other YouTube channels, and I see how come there's no women, nowhere. Like there were dudes all over, everywhere in every single channel. I don't listen much to English channels. Of course I listen to Go Deep most of the time, but still always not a single lady. So and I started asking around, was a brother woman. And the funny thing is that, and that's how patriarchy works, uh, most of the people hadn't noticed the absence of women in the movement, and in the YouTube channels and podcasts and everything. Like, why? Why would they want to speak about comic or DC movies and so? And I had women in my timeline asking for the Snyder Cut or making reviews of movies and comic book movies, right? So I was at this time I was outraged, absolutely outraged, and going into war mode against men. So I said, okay, let's make our space a safe space for women. So I tweeted like, hello, well, I want to make a all-female feminist DC channel. So who wants to join? And eight ladies, eight incredible women answered the call and joined. We are 9 in a small group, and it's
It's
incredible
amazing.
because because we are so different from each other. We have Fiamma is from Paraguay, Celia is from Canarias in Spain. Uh, there are other Argentinian because we are like a plague. We know that, and we are so different. Like I like comics, and some other like the TV shows like Arrowverse, and other rather video games. And we all like Zack, but other I don't know. Their favorite movie is Man of Steel, and others Batman versus Superman. So we are different, but we are alike, and we got together through our love to DC.
Mhm.
But we all enjoy DC in a different way, and we all respect that.
Mhm.
We test, we test and prove that women can work together because we get shit done against all the odds and against all we were told all our lives that women can work together. We do, and we get along. We support each other. It's not only work. We talk to each other. How are we going through? Most of us are quarantined still
Yeah.
due to the COVID. Most of us have families far away, and we worry, and we support each other, which is something really important, and we respect each other. Those support and respect are things that are kind of blurry lately in social media, all this cyberbullying, all this aggression, anger, death wish, death threats. It's so insane. It's
Yeah,
like
it's
a
crazy.
safe space. Yeah, our channel and our private chat. It's like a safe space where we can say anything, and we are respected by the rest. We are contained and supported, and that's something huge we all need.
Right.
So that's pretty much the came to life of the channel.
It's interesting
Yeah.
you say that because, like, when you think about this movement and the nature of it starting within Twitter and starting within, like, what is it, 214 characters now? No, I'm just sticking 214. whatever it is, whatever it is, however, 255 is something, however many characters you can have, right? Like, we're speaking to each other in these contained sentences, maybe a couple of sentences, but we just keep interacting with each other there. And, it's rough to have a conversation that way
Yeah.
because you can't really
Hell yeah.
express yourself. Like, you'll say something and then you can't really control how someone interprets that. And then also when we think about like how global the movement is and sort of coming back to like translating things, like something might mean one thing in, like, it's let's say it's English, right? But it could mean so many different things depending on where you are. And then something comes off as like this, and there's no space to like actually have a discourse. So like the idea of having your chat, having your podcast really creates a conversation around the movement to really like bring in and create a space for everyone to sort of enjoy what we're trying to like do in the movement. So it's awesome.
Yeah, it's funny because I yesterday I was reading on the chat in our live. Somebody says, another girl says that, yeah, I didn't like, I think she was telling about that. She was talking about that she didn't like Zack Snyder's that much, but now she started to watch our videos and we started to still explain some things that she was open to watch the Zack Snyder movies, and now that she has a different point of view about his movies. So what is funny for me and what is like great for me about this is that it's like you say, on Twitter we cannot express what we really mean. Like we only have uh, a certain amount of words that we can say, and sometimes we send something and we don't people doesn't understand what we are saying. But in our space, we can like explain better uh, what are our feelings and our thoughts about different things. And it's I feel very happy because when I actually I am not like no people knows me a lot, but I know La Hoguera de Gotham. That's why like I always around that group of people, and that's why I got to know Paula. And when I saw the Twitter from her saying that she wanted to create like a YouTube channel or space for women, and it was great because I have always feel like alone because I have my own YouTube channel. I don't have like all my YouTuber friends are guys, are men, and I'm like, oh my god, I don't have any other girl where with to talk about DC and movies. So when she sent that tweet, and I'm like, okay, I'm here, I'm from Panama. You might like what I do. I love DC, and I would love to be part of this. And that love for DC and for the movement, like brought us together, and now I think we are doing a great job because we are empowering. I don't know how to say that.
Empowering.
Yeah.
Other girls and other women to, you know what? I like Batman also. I like DC, and I want to talk about this also.
Right.
It all comes down. I think it all comes down to representation. It's like it's not only in the movies. You also need to be represented in YouTube, in
Exactly.
YouTube channels,
in life.
Yeah. You need to. It's funny when we started talking to each other. We all went through the same things growing up, like in DC, being women or girls. And girls aren't supposed to like comics. We are
Exactly.
all of us are around 40, around. So we are like the same generation, and
just like not me.
we don't have to talk about ages. Come on.
We look like 20, but we aren't.
Y'all are pretty. Y'all are very pretty.
We all
No yet.
we all grew up feeling lonely and being judged and questioned by society, because how you, a lady, like a comic or like to play Batman and like to watch comic book movies instead of the romantic comedy or dressing pink, playing house and all that shit that society imposes us.
Yeah.
So we all get together and we all relate to each other, and that's something really. I'm really thankful for that, because I've always felt like an outsider, and we are all a bunch of outsiders in the end.
Yeah.
In my case, I met Paula for the first time at Hoguera de Gotham. I was invited there, and and I have to be honest, I have no idea who they were, because after the horrible reviews and all the toxicity and people saying horrible things about Snyder on YouTube, so I stopped, watching YouTube channels, YouTubers, or reading anything, because I already watched the movies. I have my own opinion, and I love everything that he does.
Right.
So when I was invited there, I was surprised because they were being nice. They were saying beautiful things about him, about his work, and we were all agreeing with each other. That was like a breath of fresh air, because I was why? I mean, I was surprised because that's not normal. So, and I thought that Paula had a YouTube channel. I thought she had a YouTube channel, and because I also saw other girls on Twitter. Meg, I think she has a YouTube channel, and I thought that it was normal in the YouTube to have other women talking about comics in DC. But after the Man of Steel watch party, I was surprised because most of the YouTube channels that were doing like a reaction videos, all of them were men. And I was like, where are the women? Because on Twitter, we are very vocal, but on YouTube, I see no woman. So I think a day after that or 2 days after that, Paula tweeted like a casting call. I'm creating a YouTube channel. She wants to be part of it. So I was like, yeah, I think if I want to change that fact that there are not enough women on YouTube talking about comics and not or comic book movies, and not necessarily they have to be like experts on comics. They just have to like enjoy these movies and understand these movies. It's fine. So I was like, yeah, I want to be part of that, and that's how I met them. And I think also for me this is to have a voice, to be able to communicate with other girls, to other women out there, and send a message that they can love all these characters.
And it's okay to like Superman and Batman.
Exactly. And no matter how many comic books they have read, it's fine to love this. And maybe through our channel inspire them to watch a movie, to watch a TV show, to read a comic, because maybe they like what we're saying. And Jara just said that there are girls saying that on
I read that yesterday.
Yes. So look, that's for me also challenge myself to loosen up a little bit, and not being that nervous in front of a what?
Perfect. No. I'm saying perfect. That sounds good. But ladies, check us. We're gonna have to jump out, then jump right back in. But take 5.
We're gonna take a quick word from our sponsors.
Word from our sponsor. Hell yeah. Take 5. Y'all get your tea, some water, whatever. Powder your nose.
Right
I'll hit you back in about 5 minutes. All right.
Right. See ya.
Peace.
All right, everybody, take 5.
Oh, man. Come on, Ice Trade. Where the hell are you? Here, man.
Hey, man, gotta have that club.
Now look here, forget Ice Tray home base.
Because we are in the house. You hear me?
Man, what the hell is...
Man, I think an introducciones would be in order right now. I'm Clavel.
And I am Howard Tibbs III.
And we are
Funky Finger Productions. You hear me?
Show enough. Let me give you one of my cards. You know I'm fresh out. I must have gave the last one to my Slick Rick's coming out party. Howard!
Bam!
I would have just kept going, like, fuck it.
I know. those are some cool T-shirts.
Right. Now we bring back in. Man, those T-shirts
let's go
look
back
great.
in.
All right.
I love that I said that last week, and the commercial that you put in was like the mug, and
Right. It's all good, dog. It's all good. Nobody catches on to shit like that, dog. Trust me.
I do.
All right, so we're recording. We're back from break. We're back from the commercial or whatever. So we were talking about women representation in YouTube, and y'all can jump. Whoever wants to jump on that, or if y'all want to change the subject or whatever.
You know what I think? I think that if you start to look, like if you start to investigate, maybe you will start to find women doing YouTube. Like, for example, and I put myself as an example, on my country, in Panama, there is a few YouTubers women, but one is a gamer, right? Like well known, a gamer, and besides that, yeah, all of the YouTubers that are from Panama are men. So I am sure that there is like people, women in Colombia or Mexico. Well, Mexico is, yeah, we have a lot of people from that do YouTube there. But the thing is that what I think is that we don't get enough visibility. I don't know how to say that.
Exposure.
Exposure. That's the thing, because and that's what happens if not enough women are watching another women doing this. They don't try to do it, you know. Like, I know that, I don't know why, but I know that many people like hate Grace Randolph. I don't know, but for me, she's an example because of the way that she talks about the movie business. That's what I like about her. Like the way that she talks about the movie business, you cannot take away that from her. Like, she knows a lot of stuff from the Hollywood business.
Yeah,
and
I
when I
agree with
saw
you.
her, when I started to watching her, I was like, oh man, I want to be like her, because I want to be able to have those information and manage that information that she managed the way that she did, right? But on top of that, she's a very big fan of DC Comics, and she had wrote some comics by herself. So, like, this is an example. I'm watching her, and I want to be like her. I want to be a little bit like her. But if we don't see those examples, we don't like, you know, dare to do that.
Right.
So that's why I'm thinking that we don't get enough exposure. And that's why no many other women wants to do the thing. And what we're doing with the Sirenas of Gotham, I think is a great opportunity for another women to watch us and to see and to think, you know what, I'm going to start my YouTube channel, and I'm going to start talking about comics, about movies, because that's what I like. And yeah, why not, you know?
Nice.
I have a couple questions, and you actually hit them while you were speaking, but I guess also to the greater group. So the first one was around Grace. Do you think that like she gets a lot of unwarranted hate? Because I never really listened to Grace until I think she did the interview with Zach. It was really when I started to like watch videos from her. This is
what I think about Grace. First of all, you cannot judge a person only by a tweet or by a small clip on a 10-minute YouTube video. And either you cannot, I mean, you cannot judge a person by just watching like one or this person make one video every single day. Like sometimes she makes like 2 videos a day, something like that. She's very dedicated. And I can say that I almost watched like 95% of her videos. And that's why maybe I think a little bit different about her than most of the people, because other people don't watch her video, only watch what on other people take out of context her words and just use it for hating. And I think it's a little bit unfair, because she's one of a few women in the United States that talk about movies, that what she has been very supporting about Zack Snyder, the release the Snyder Cut, and I don't know. I think it's a little bit unfair, and believe me, sometimes I don't agree with her. There are some opinions about movies and about things that I'm like, oh, Grace, don't do that or don't say that, please. But I mean, it's normal. Like, I don't agree with some of the things that my
Right.
friends do or
Right.
say, you know,
Correct.
like
Right.
it's normal. That's the beauty of it, you
Right.
know.
Right.
But I think it's a little bit unfair. Like, you need to watch a lot of things of that person. It's like people hating on Zack Snyder only because he's requesting his cut, and you haven't watched all his movies. You don't know how he is with people. You don't know how his work is. You are only judging by a small thing that is bothering you right now, but you don't know the person. You don't know the works,
Right.
the work that person has done. That's
Right.
that's what I think.
Right.
I think I think Grace does get more hate than she deserves. Uh, mostly because she's a woman in a men's
In main words,
world, scooping and reporting
that's the
on
other thing. Yeah.
comic book movies. We know comic books have been written, especially like DC, have been written for men by men.
Mm-hmm.
Women are well, we had a couple of weeks ago, we've been talking in our lives about the hypersexualization and objectification of women in comics,
Mm-hmm.
how women are drawn in comic books. We also been talking about the women in refrigerators movement, about how women were used to push the male character
Mm-hmm.
arc,
Mm-hmm.
like for instance, in the Killing Joke, Bad Girl is shot and ends up in a wheelchair for like eternity, and that pushes Batman story.
Mm-hmm.
Batman got his back broken by Bane
Mm-hmm.
in the Night Saga, and he was cured in a in a weird way. I just read it in a almost magical way. Got cured, and there he is again running in the rooftops. And Batgirl was used as a mean to an end.
Mm-hmm.
She was assaulted. She was shot.
Mm-hmm.
She ended up in a wheelchair. And what did that accomplish? To
Yeah.
Batman go after Joker
Mm-hmm.
and trying to save Gordon. You know, so we still we make like we want we want people, our audience, to see that we are not hating the Killing Joke. We are not hating Alan Moore. We love the Killing Joke. I read, I have it, I enjoy it, but we still want people to notice that.
Mm-hmm.
And that will also help to push new ways of telling a story without the need of using
Women
the
for
Punisher story. Okay, so I rape and shot your wife and your kids, so you can become the hero.
Mm-hmm.
I kidnap your girlfriend, so you go and save the day.
Mm-hmm.
So the women end up being like an object to push the story. So that's our focus also.
Mm-hmm.
Because Gail Simone said something really interesting about she's one of the main pioneers in the women in refrigerators movement. She said, how do you expect women to read comics when they'll see what do you do to women in comics?
Exactly.
So yeah, I won't relate to Batman.
Yeah.
So
Mm-hmm.
I wish I was millionaire, so I could relate, but I'm not. So I'm not relating to. I don't relate to Batman. I relate to women characters.
Mm. That
So, go
no,
on.
no, that's why it was so important for us women to have Wonder Woman in the movies. Like it's like what happened also with Black Panther with very sorry about
Rest in
Chadwick.
peace. Right.
Yeah, I mean, when Black Panther was out, finally, kids from color can relate to like
Right.
a superhero. You
Right.
know, it's the same with Wonder Woman. Like when Wonder Woman I came up, like finally we have representation. We don't need to be saved by Superman or Batman. No, Wonder Woman is a badass, and she can kick ass also. You know, and that's a good thing for little girls, you know, to be able to see that we don't have to, and this is nothing against men or you know, because people like to take that out of context and say that, oh, all women are hating on men. No, not at all. But the fact that we can also be the hero in the stories, you know. And yeah, I think Paula was getting into that point that we get all this hate about talking about these things because we are women, you know.
No,
Yes.
that's a great point. Let me ask you this, because you said something about like Batgirl, she never got healed, and we've seen Robin come back from the dead. You know, we've
Yeah.
seen Batman get his back broken and got fixed. Superman come back from the dead, and why? Like they didn't. That's true. Why didn't they put her in the Lazarus pit and fix her like they did Robin or something like that? But then I look at it. I'm trying to look devil's advocate. If the majority of the buyers are men, are they just placating to men or what? Like if it was a majority, let's say if majority women watch, and please kick my ass if I offend anybody, but if they say majority of women watch the soap operas, they would have all like women slanted ads to the soap operas. You know what I mean? So if majority of the guys are buying comics, they might not care about Batgirl that much, you know, to bring her back like they would do a Robin, a Red Hood, you know? Anybody can
Yes.
kick my ass on that one if you like.
I know. I see what you mean, and I agree. It still helped the character of Barbara Gordon to evolve and to adapt into something different. It could be something like, let's say, Kingdom Come, the Elseworld Kingdom Come, where Batman has that exoskeleton. It would be something like that. She was pushed to evolve and to adapt and to assume a new identity.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not much into Batgirl right now. I'm not. I don't know where she stands, if she stands or not these days. But I think it's kind of lazy. You know,
yeah.
like this and also it's patriarchy. Everything serves men.
Right.
Everything is to serve men. Women
If
should look beautiful for men,
mm,
not because they want to look beautiful for themselves, for men. So it's like everything. It's I don't know the word in English. So, but it all comes down to bolts around men. So I think that's the issue there. However, if you want to bring women to comic, you need to get a different approach, which DC has done since
I
they
was trying
named
to say that.
two women editor-in-chief, just below Shin Lee. So because we are at times we are living a moment where all this is for women, this is for men. It's all being challenged.
Mm-hmm. Let me
So
ask you
men,
this. Let me ask you this. Now, we brought up Wonder Woman, and my daughter loves Wonder Woman, and that's her representation. She plays soccer, and when I need to get her pissed off, I say Wonder Woman, and she charges up a little bit.
Mhm.
But we also, out in front, we have Harley Quinn, which is like the exact opposite of Wonder Woman. So
Yeah.
do you respect that representation of Harley Quinn like you would
Harley,
Wonder Woman?
Harley Quinn is a villain. She's not supposed to be a role model.
Yeah.
And my daughter also loves Wonder Woman, and that's the person she looks at. She enjoys Harley Quinn, but at the end of the day, she understands that
Mhm.
it's Wonder Woman, the person that we want it to be, because she is kind, she loves people, she eats many things that I wish I was, I wish I were. So and you, what about you? The thing you were saying before, if comic book writers want women to, if they want women to read comics, they have to write comics not just for men, but for women and men, for both of us, and not just writing something because they think only men read comics, because we know that's not true. We know women and men read comics. I think that.
You know what? Now that you mentioned the Harley Quinn thing, and I think that's important to know that the girls, for example, your daughter, and girls, little girls know that women can also be villains and can also be bad persons, because that's not like, you're not how do I say that, you're not romanticizando, like you're not putting the all the women in only one a
On a
place, like, oh
pedestal,
yeah,
Right.
we are
yeah,
all
they
good,
were
and all.
We're
No,
perfect.
not
no, I mean,
Yeah.
categorizing. We're not categorizing them.
I
exactly,
think
like yeah, we need more representation, and we need to have this role model. But hey, there are women that can be bad also,
Yeah.
and you need to know that the difference, and you need to know that there will be women that can be bad, and that you don't have to be like like that, those type of women, but instead you have this role model that you can,
yeah.
and I think that's more important, because that gives the little girls like the understanding of good and evil, and
Mhm.
at the end do the right decision, on
I
who.
think I think Wonder Woman is the role model, the probably the woman we all women aspire to be,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and Harley and the rest, and the cast of the Birds of Prey,
Birds of
the
Prey.
characters in Birds of Prey, um, are parts of the women we are. I mean, I absolutely relate
Yeah.
to the Harley Quinn affair with the sandwich, for instance, or she
Same.
crying and eating after the breakup, and getting wasted. I had my my few nights getting wasted after being dumped. So on the social awkwardness of Huntress, the rage in Montoya, it's
Yeah.
being looked, pasar por encima, being
Overlooked.
looked over,
Overlooked, right?
overlooked, because you are a woman, and
Yeah.
some men getting credit for your work.
Hmm.
That's every day for us.
Yeah, that's every day.
That movie is huge. I'm so sorry that it didn't work as expected in the box office, because it was a huge and necessary movie for women. I'm sorry if men didn't like it. It wasn't for them. It wasn't their demographic, as Zach would say. It was. I think I liked it, and I think it was important, and I think we need more movies like that,
Yeah.
because I was saying, like, action movies. If you see action movies, you have like uh, character. They're for men, right?
Yeah.
So you have like Steven Seagal and Jean-Claude Van Damme and Schwarzenegger and Bruce Willis and all these characters, and you have like okay, Sarah Connor, Linda
Hmm.
Hamilton
Hmm.
in three
Yeah.
movies. and Sigourney Weaver Alien in like
Mhm.
3, 4, 5 movies. I lost count. So you,
Not a problem.
what else? Like Sandra Bullock in Speed, like driving. That's all she did. So
Yeah.
we need more.
Yeah. More
Representation.
representation.
Yes,
And
because
no, yeah, yeah, continue.
yeah, we can all aspire to be and act like Wonder Woman. But
Mhm.
truth is, we are not. It's something to aspire to. Aspire. It's something
Exactly.
to look up to. Trying to be nice and empathetic and wise and all her qualities. But truth is, we will have an affair with a sandwich, and we'll cry when we are dumped, and we'll get wasted when a heart is broken, and we will
Yeah.
get in toxic relationships, and we will live toxic relationships, and we will search for our own identity aside from the man we have by our side.
Mhm.
So there are tons of huge things going on in that movie, and going on to Harley Quinn's character, because it's a movie
Yeah.
about her, really. That were there had to be addressed, and they were addressed.
Mhm.
So I really wish people would give it a second chance to the movie, and I really,
Yeah.
really, really hope that in time the movie will be redeemed in a kind of Batman versus Superman sort of
Way.
way, that it
Yeah.
was redeemed in time. They are not the same, of course. they are oceans apart, universes apart.
Mhm.
But I think they were misunderstood.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let
If
me.
men want to understand a little bit woman after a breakup or how we are, watch that movie.
Yeah.
Our man is there. That's
It's
how
funny.
we are.
Yesterday,
Yeah.
yesterday when we finished watching our when we finished our live, and like because the day before yesterday I thought 300. Yesterday I started to watch 300 Rise of Empire, the second one, and Artemisia. I don't know if you remember her. The woman that is Eva Green is the actress that plays
So,
her,
yeah.
and she was like she's also a villain because she was bad, but it's interesting because yeah, it's like Paula says, like everything that we women sometimes endure, because what happened to her was like the whole family was raped and killed, and then she was raped for a lot of years. That's what make her like that way,
What she is,
because
yeah.
actually she was from Greek and she was fighting against the Greeks. And it's interesting to have this kind of different representations of women uh, on the big screen, in the big screen, so yes, I think it's important to keep on having that. And I'm agree with Paula about the Harley Quinn and the Birds of Prey one, because I also think that it was I don't know how to say that word.
Misunderstood.
Misunderstood. Yeah, misunderstood, because I don't think people realize that we're uh, a crazy woman in her state was telling us the story. So
Right.
yeah.
Let me ask you ladies this. So we get a lot, and you brought it up a little bit about the patriarchy. So we get a lot about like Superman, the big strong man, man of steel, blah blah blah. And you look at in the West, of course, especially as I guess man on top, supposedly. But in real life, Lois was the key. And a lot of times, some of these presidents' wives are the key, So maybe the wife really runs the show, and the patriarchy is just for show. Maybe the wife at home really is running the show. Maybe Lois is the key, and maybe the wife is the key in real life, So maybe the patriarchy is not real. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
What do you
Why
think?
why should the women be beside the man? That's why it's patriarchy. Because women do the work, but the credit goes to the man.
I see. That's a perfect
Why
way to answer.
why should be the it's a first lady in United States.
the United
The wife
States.
of the,
Yeah.
it's because in Argentina it is, but I'm not sure about the title in United States. Why the first lady should be the first lady instead of being the first woman president, for instance.
Right.
The 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 issue here is that we do lots of things behind a curtain, and men take the credit. That's the main concern, because if a woman runs for president, she won't be voted. Why? Because she's emotional, she's hysterical, she's crazy. There's a narrative, a patriarchy narrative, about how women are. These women can't work together. We prove we can. Women can't get along. We do. Women are jealous of each other. We aren't. So there are like this social conception about how women are and how women behave. If it's a beautiful lady, she can be smart. She can. If she so same. This is the thing. There are some social rules that come from the patriarchy, that come from the Catholic Church, that men should do this, women should do that. And this is what we are fighting for. This is what feminism wants. The real feminism wants equality.
Yeah, the real one, because there's another one that is like no, not at all.
Yeah.
So
It's important to say that, because there's a lot of people that talk about feminism in a way that is not the is not what it is, like and people think that for some reason we hate men,
We hate men.
and that's
Mhm.
so far from the truth,
We want them dead. We
Yeah,
don't want
so-
kids.
yeah,
We don't want to get married.
that's
That's
not
not
the
true.
real. Yeah,
No,
I'd say
that's not.
I'd say we hate certain men. As everyone should, we hate rapists,
exactly.
and we hate violence, and we hate pedophiles, of course, as anyone
Men
should.
and a woman, and a woman.
Exactly.
Yeah,
That's
sure.
So where did it split? How is it two versions of feminism? Like, one is, you said there's another feminism that's not like us, right? Or
It's the extreme version of,
Yeah.
when you go on.
That part, the part of the feminists, they're like no saying we want to be equals. They draw a line that this is woman, this is man, and and we don't want to do anything with them. The men should die, and that's not what feminism thinks.
Exactly.
Yes, no. To
they
me,
say
it's
we
like
should die?
some of them.
Yeah, there are some
Crazy,
women.
yes.
No, you know what?
In Twitter, it's just you read those tweets like that's no feminism. You're not a real
Exactly.
feminist.
And it's important. It's important that you guys know this, because for that kind of women saying that, we all get the blame that saying, oh, they are all crazy, and that's not,
it's that toxic. It's that toxic
like,
Snyder fans.
It's
the same. You see, there's a behavior structure that applies to everything in life. I was talking yesterday during our live group talk about how social media reflects on society. It's a reflection of society.
Exactly.
So how people haters, anonymous haters, hidden behind the screen, are something that you'll find in life and you'll find in society as well. So when you have any ideology and you take it to the extreme version of it. So you like Snyder, fine, great. You love Snyder. If you push it to the extreme, then you love Snyder and you hate everyone that won't like Snyder.
You'd be fanatic.
Yep, that's it.
Exactly.
So you are a feminist. You want equality. To get equality, if you have men here and women here, which is patriarchy and the misogynistic and all that, to get equality, you have to raise women up. If you take it further, you take them over men.
Exactly. That's
So
extreme.
that's the point. When you push, when you go on the extreme, when you go over the limit, that's that one. There's toxicity. It's in every. You see it everywhere.
So let me ask you this, and before this, would you ladies give me one more segment, because we got 5 minutes on this one, and then we're gonna jump out. But I got a question I want to ask you before. So we want equality, right? Let's say we have Superman, and Superman is the beacon of men. You know, he can be president. But let's say Superman and Wonder Woman are equal. You know, but we can't say we want Joker to be president. We can't raise up and elevate Joker. So sometimes when I hear you say we want women to be equal, I don't know if we want Harley Quinn to be president. You see what I'm saying? So we can't, I don't want Joker to be president. You know what I'm saying? So maybe the person I want is Superman and Wonder Woman or something like that, but not man or woman. It's you know what I'm saying?
The right people, not just anyone.
Right.
Because
we need to stop talking
many
about
nations
gender.
has fallen because they have their jokers as president. I just had a president who is insane. He's insane. He did horrible things to my country. So it was like having a joker there.
Right.
So yes. So when we are voting for a president, we want something good that can do good to the nation. We are
doesn't
not going
matter
to vote
if it's a man or a woman.
Yeah, it doesn't matter exactly.
Right.
We're not going to vote for a joker.
The issue is that men can't get away with things that women can't.
Yeah, sometimes.
So a father goes out party with his friends. It's okay. A woman can't do that. Where are your kids? Where did you left them?
Sometimes, yeah.
So a father can go out and work. Someone has to do it. A woman has kids and goes out to work, and there will be always people judging them. Why did you have kids if you wanted to work? So a man can have sex with as many women he wants, and playboy, a woman, you're a whore.
Exactly.
That's it.
That's
so,
actually true.
So first,
that's unfair. Actually,
we need women to stop being judged in a different way. So when we are all judged the same, we will be able to be judged by our abilities. Are you capable of being president, whether you are a woman, a man, or a hybrid? Great, I'll vote for you. But we are not there yet.
I get it. So let's jump out and we jump right back in and we have a final segment. All right? Okay. All right, thank you. Be right back.
My name is Flash.
How fast does that make you?
It means it makes really fast.
Let me see how fast.
I'm going to go get the Go Deep merch!
Deep merchandise. When your dealer's not picking up the phone and you need a hit of
Zach Crack.
I'd buy that for $1.
Yo, we jigging that pad. Every day, yo, we jigging that pad. Yo, jigging that pad. Nigga, we jigging that pad. Yo, jigging that pad. Yo, jigging that pad by the 10. Jigging that pack by the bell. I jig the pack, then I go buy a roller. I'm jigging the pack off the scale. C12 better bail. Street nigga got money for bail. Shoot a nigga in your face. Nigga, you better not tell. Nigga can't catch every sale.
Like our little break or whatever, but we talk about a lot. Women are over sexualized in comics, and they are, you know. But is there starting to be some of that with males also, like Jason Momoa? You know how he takes off his shirt all the time and he shows, you know. Do women want to come see that, or do they say, oh, he's over sexualizing? Do we have a leg to stand on in that situation?
Yeah. So one of the girls of the group would say that men can't be objectified, since objectification and hypersexualization, it's something that belongs to the patriarchy and how women are used. I kind of agree with that, because the issue is that the objectification relates on how men see women and how men consider women. Jason Momoa, Henry Cavill, Ben Affleck, and so many more can look great, but you know what? I won't run into them and trying to grab them or kiss them. I won't rape them. So that's the main difference. If women were only admired by their looks, and that's it, that's great. But there's prostitution, there are human trafficking, there are women enslaved and abused every day because certain men consider us their property. Like in ancient Rome, like it happens with slaves that were objects. They could be used and abused to the profit of a certain person. So that's the issue, and you'll see, and you can see it in live chats, in actors and actresses live chats. You see how people react on the comments. It's like, Jason, I love you. Well, oh, you look so nice. Women, oh, I do you this and this and that. And I want you to do this and this and that to me. So there's a huge difference on how men behave toward women and how women behave toward men. There are exceptions. There are crazy women there who would grab and rape and do certain things, but it's not the most of us. It's not the majority.
Well,
so that's the issue.
Okay, let me ask you this: like, women, they might not rape, but they know there's ways to get a guy if they want him. You know, there's ways to, let's say, if you look in the justice system in America right now, if a guy have babies with the lady and think they're, you know, gonna get married and have a family and blah, 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 she can just change her mind and now he's on child support. He has to pay her money forever, you know, and it's, so we don't get raped physically, but we get raped other ways, you know? So the girl could just wear a nice dress and get Henry Cavill, and then sooner or later have half of Henry Cavill's money, alimony, and child support. And it's more than rape, you know? It you know what I'm saying? It's
I get what you know? Say, but you know, Henry Cavill or anyone has a choice. He has a choice to say, no, I want to live with you.
Exactly.
And live.
Cool.
A woman that is drugged and is raped has no choice.
He has to carry a baby.
Here, the issue here is choice and is accepting when the other person says no.
Exactly.
What about the legal system? Like alimony, child support, all of that. It's not really a choice, because what if they made a choice to have a baby together and a year later that choice is changed, you know?
The manipulation of legal systems, it's an issue everywhere. We here is like the other way around. Actually, it's like women get pregnant, the man leaves, and that's it.
And
you may be able to ask for child support, but he won't pay it, and that's it. So my sister is a single mom. The father of her daughter has absolutely never paid a single dime.
Well, yeah, I see.
And that's it.
In America, it's a lot different. It's once the woman has the kid, she has complete control over what that kid does, and the man has to sue her to get any fatherly rights. He has to sue actual mother, and she can do that at any time she wants. She can have a 1-month-old, 2-month-old, and do that.
Yeah.
Even
and the laws should change.
Yeah,
you have to ask for a change in that law.
So I understand that. So what I'm saying is a patriarchy couldn't put that law in effect. A patriarchy wouldn't put that law in effect. Why would a patriarchy?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, it can. Yes, it can. Because patriarchy hurts not only women, hurts only men. Patriarchy forces men to be tough.
Yeah.
Providers.
Yeah.
Not cry, not share any feeling.
Right. Correct.
Act in a certain way. Not being able to enjoy a rom-com because you are gay or weak or less of a man.
Definitely.
You see?
Definitely.
So, patriarchy.
I do.
Patriarchy.
Princess Bride is one of the best movies, you know, and it's not gay to say it.
Right.
I hope not. Shut up,
So, patriarchy imposes the idea of that children should be with their moms. Doesn't matter if it's a good mom, nosy mom, or what.
Because they think kids are with
and men should be providers.
Yeah, that's
why. Alimony only extends this idea, this concept.
Exactly.
So a man can't be
a father.
The best way for a man to be a father is to be a provider. Doesn't matter if he cares about their kids, if he supports
if he gives them love,
he gets the money, so it's a great dad. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's patriarchy. It's patriarchy. That's why patriarchy doesn't work, because it hurts women and men. The same
roles.
Way.
Yeah.
It doesn't.
Put them in roles.
So what if we have matriarchy like Marie Antoinette that cut everybody's heads off with the guillotine? It ain't all good. I'm just saying, it ain't all good.
I don't think she did
for that time,
which one was the guillotine lady?
I knew.
No, I think that Louis XV was sending the people to the guillotine.
But Marie was about. She did something.
She just didn't give a shit. She wasn't doing it.
Okay, let me ask you this.
Let them eat cake.
Yeah, exactly.
Great job. All right, let me ask you this. What about the Queen of England? You know, that's the West, isn't it? Does she hold any strength or power or motherly figure over, or is she looked over, or what?
Well, first of all, I'm not English, so I can speak as I look it from as an outsider. I think it's a figure to a motherly figure in a way to representing the story of England, England's history. Her role is more like a figurative. She has no power actually. So there isn't much that she can do, but it's quite interesting you brought monarchy, because there have been several women rulers, like Catherine the Great from Russia, and Elizabeth the Great,
Angela
Elizabeth
Merkel.
First.
Angela Merkel.
Yeah, I was thinking more of women in history and how they were judged. So there's this story about Catherine the Great from Russia, and how she allegedly had this sexual appetite that she ended up with a horse, and how all this how history tainted her ruling with this crap, basically, because she built universities, she put a lot of work and money on education. She was very well educated herself, but history will remember her as the queen that fucked a horse.
Damn. Only go deep, because I didn't even know that part. Let me ask. Oh, I'm sorry. What about women in history like Cleopatra that, wars have maybe been fought over? There's, what was she, like Caesar's girl or somebody huge, but Caesar might have looked like he was a boss, but maybe Cleopatra was really the one moving the strings,
Yeah, I think blaming women for men's decisions or making them responsible for men's decisions speaks quite low about men.
Listen,
like
I'm not.
You can think for yourself.
No.
Easy to be manipulated.
No.
You only think with your
Yeah. Hey, listen. Right. Listen, you're exactly
men are
right.
more than that.
But check this out. You're exactly right. Men do think like that, but a lot of times, what I'm saying is, women are more, I don't want to say smarter than men, but they know how to control situations with men more. And it's not like we're saying, oh, men has this great physical power. They do, and we think with our dicks, we do. But women think with their brain. They don't have that physical power, and they still can control the situation. That can't not be accounted for also. We can't say, oh, women are just, weak and they've been downtrodden, because a lot of women in history have been very strong, and a lot of women in history have controlled situations. So it's not, we have to say both. Yeah, some men are full of shit. Some men aren't doing good at their job as kings or this and that or other, but it's not saying, I just want all men to be equal, because all men aren't equal. Some men are lazy and bums, and some men are hardworking. So I don't want to get into the thing where we say, we just need women to be equal, because some women are Cleopatra and some women are Harley Quinn. So I kind of want to, I don't know. It's the way we word it is.
May I say something?
Yeah.
I think what you guys are both saying is the same, actually, because what I'm understanding out of Paul, what you've been saying is that what we're looking for is equality. And when you think about that, like, that is accepting that, women are this wide range of people, and within them there are evil women and there are good women.
Right.
And that is the idea of like equality, in the same way that like within men there are evil men and good men.
Exactly.
Yeah. So I think that like you really are sort of stressing the same thing. If we reach a level of equality, right, then we are not generalizing people. Like we are accepting that they're all human beings, and there is the wide range of people within both genders.
I think the main point in equality is the equality of the chance to access power.
Succeed, right? Exactly. I understand.
So for instance, here in Argentina we have public free education. You can go to university without paying. a single dime. So what do you need? You sit for a test, you pass a test, and you start studying law, medicine, whatever.
Right.
Whether you are man or woman, whether you are rich or poor.
Correct.
You are clever, you go.
Correct.
You are clever, you pass the test, you start studying. After a few years, you'll be a lawyer, doctor, whatever. This is what we want. We want to be to get wherever we want to go without being judged because we are women, without feeling in danger because of being women. For instance, a woman is in great risk if she walks alone at night.
Mm-hmm. Correct.
If she goes to a bar alone, if a man comes to her and wants something, she has to say, no, I have a boyfriend, even if she's single. Because one man will respect more another man's presence and will respect that women being the property of another man. I have a boyfriend, I belong to my boyfriend. Instead of she saying, thanks, but I'm not interested. So those are the things we want and we need to change.
No, I 100% agree with you. I 100% agree with that. I don't think women should ever be afraid to walk anywhere alone. That's just crazy. They shouldn't be afraid to, sit at a bar or go to a movie by themselves. And guys shouldn't oppose over them, right? But my thing is not even, and it's not a women thing. It's just a human thing. Like equality, I don't believe in equality because I don't believe we're all equal. Like me and Epstein are both men, but we're not the same guy. You know what I mean? Me and Weinstein are both men, but we're not the same guy. So he's not equal. There's no equality that's ever gonna be with me and those guys. So I have to look at it by our own merits is how they judge whether man or woman. So if a woman is a great girl, anything in her way of being a great girl, I say we should move that out. But we can't just say, hey, put her to the top because she's a woman. I can't just say, hey, I'm black, give me affirmative action and put me anywhere. No, because I have to deserve this. I have to deserve it.
I agree with you there. Right. Yeah, I agree. I totally agree there. What I'm saying is that we need equal opportunities. Whether you are a man
I agree with what you say.
Opportunities.
The thing is that we want is that if we want a job and we work equally, the same, we went to med school and we want, I don't know, a job, a higher job. Right. We want to be a judge like the same as a man. I don't want the person that is hiring us. Oh, he's a man. He knows more than the girl. That's the thing. That's the thing that we want to be
a woman
equally judged.
Yeah, like I think when you think about
sorry.
Oh no, when you think about equality, like there's 2 points, right, or 3 points, I would say, when you judge, like when in the lifetime of like you knowing a person, right, before you get to know them, you sort of have this conception of who they are, and I think that's where that's the big thing that equality is always trying to get over that wall. Because somebody will look at your skin color, somebody will look at your gender or whatever, and have this whole like idea of who you are just based on stereotypes.
Yes.
Right.
And then there's like
yeah,
clothes, whatever, like money, like you you said
Status.
you and Epstein, like even if you think about you and Epstein, like let's say that you were both white, people would judge Epstein still better,
because
just
he
because
got
he was
more
rich.
money, right?
Yeah,
he got
he
more
has
money. Exactly.
Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct.
So even beyond the color, right? So then there's the time that you get to like know the person, right? And they do, and there's their actions and they do stuff. Then there's you need equality there in the sense that like right now what I'm understanding from this conversation is that I as a man could like do something, and the consequence of that action is not the same as if I was a woman.
Right, right.
You have that
That's the
same
point.
issue with race right now in America, right? Like I as a Latin man or you as a black man could do something the same as a white man, and we don't get like it's the same crime, but we don't get the same consequence out of it.
Right.
Treatment.
Correct.
Right.
100%.
And then that sort of bleeds into that third one, like the post, right? Like you've done something and you have this ability to redeem yourself. Do you have it? No, like maybe, you know, women don't have it and men do. Again, like maybe people of color don't have it and do. So like I think that's sort of like the equality, like the ability to sort of go through those three phases and to be able to go that at the same level as everyone else, because at the end of the day, yeah.
All right, perfect. That is a perfect. So let me throw this example out to all of you, and it's still on this equality situation, because now, you know, we have the LGBTQ, and then now there's a group pushing for equality, a P added to that, and that's pedophile, and they're trying to say it's a sexual orientation.
No, that's
But
not.
see, that's what I'm saying. They're saying, hey, if everybody else got equal rights and we have a sexual orientation,
No, because
where's my equal rights?
They're going against they're going against kids, against their well-being. That's not normal. That's not an orientation. Kids are not enjoying what these horrible people are doing to them. It's different.
The problem
Gay
is that
people, lesbians, when they got together, they're enjoying. There's consensual what they're doing.
That's
right.
the word.
And
I think that's the
kids
key.
don't
right?
do that.
That's the word. The problem is that kids are not able to consent in a relationship with another person. The minds, the bodies, their psychological state is not prepared for that. That's not. I mean, kids are when we are kids, we are not prepared for having relationships.
Yeah.
So the thing is that if you are an adult person and you want to be with a person of your same gender, that's your problem. And you are an adult person and you are choosing to have that kind of life. That's your thing. But kids cannot choose. Kids cannot don't have that, you know, mind development to do that. So I think that the key is that the part consensual, the word that, and that's, you know what, that's the extreme part of the things that we were talking about earlier. When we go to the extremes, you know, because I also see that there's some people that wants to also say that people that like to be with animals or something like that,
bestiality,
exactly, that's a normal thing, and that's not a normal thing, you know.
But that's my question. Where do
the
lawfully
can't consent either?
Right, lawfully, how do you hit that lawfully in equality? Because you're right, there is that bestiality situation going on at the same time, and they're saying, hey, we're equal, you know, everyone wants to be equal. So how do you say, hey guys, y'all are not equal, that's not cool, lawfully? How do you do that?
I think the key word is choice and
consent.
Yep. And don't harm another being.
That's perfect.
I think that summarizes up. Then you have, I guess, psychological studies or scientific studies that proves at what age we have this mind development to give consent to actually choose. So the main issue in pedophile is a figure of power, a power figure, which is a grown-up, subjects the infant.
Now I'm just throwing these questions out so y'all
those
can
are not
defeat them.
sexual
Yeah.
orientations. That's part of it. Okay, that's
what you want to get is where you throw the line, right?
Right. No,
Doing,
when I ask you these questions, I just want y'all to defeat them because these are what people think with feminism, with equality.
No.
You know, there's other sides to it. So when I just throw this out, don't think I'm an asshole. I'm just letting you guys beat them down. But I got another question because in this with men and women, I think we have to do it together somehow. Like I don't know, Trinity or something, man, woman, and child. I don't know. Maybe I'm old school, but that's what I think. But that's not being a male feminist. And I see some guys say they're male feminists. How do y'all combat that?
So in Spanish, we use the word aliado, which is ally.
Ally?
Ally, yeah.
Ally,
Sí. And many of them just call themselves like that in order to get girls. So
that's true.
I think it's not easy to be feminist. It's not easy to challenge to every single word, every single thing you were taught since being an infant. For me, it wasn't easy to realize I don't want kids. I don't want to be a mother. I don't like them. I rather sleep late. I rather play video games instead of having kids, and that's fine. And yet I had to reconcile to that idea. I had to reconcile to several ideas about the way I look and how do I want to look, better or worse, thinner or fatter, and why. There is all this information we are bombed with every single day. Women and men. And we have to we have everything in a huge box and we take one idea. Okay, so let's see. You are over 30, you should have kids. Do I want to have kids or not? And you have to take every single thing you were taught by your parents, by society, by media, and that process it's called deconstruction. You need to deconstruct yourself and to reconstruct yourself in a way that suits you. Okay, if you are happy being misogynistic, then there's nothing I can do for you. If you want to evolve, and if you want men are women happy together, living in peace, you need to walk a path. You have to be a change, not just expecting. Both men and women should do this. You will have to deconstruct yourself and analyze whatever things society and your family taught you about how a man should be, should behave, should act, should treat each other, should be a father, should be a husband, should be a friend. And there's also, I think, there's also the complicidad. Complicity. It is complicity. That, for instance, if you are with a group of your friends, you are like 5, 6 guys in the street, and a woman walks by, don't shout at her. Hey, you look, I would do you. It happens all the time. And if some of your friends do that, say, don't do it.
Right.
Because the truth is that when men do that, we get nervous, we get scared. We don't know what will happen. It's not innocent. women die, women are raped, women are done tons of things. So it really scares us. It's not funny.
Mm-hmm.
So there's an extra in your deconstruction as men, that it is to stop your peers when they do that.
Mm.
It's like sharing the nudes of any lady that you got a nude, so you share it to your friends, and they share it, and someone trusted you enough to send you that picture. You can't betray that and share it.
Damn.
And if you get a picture shared by a friend of yours, you should tell him, this is wrong. And you have to be in peace with yourself for saying that. You shouldn't feel less of a man because you are ending the fun of this complicity thing between men. Because you will be pointed out like the boring one. We are between friends. We have fun. We speak about this, and it doesn't go.
So
let
me ask you this: we don't need to share any girls' pictures anymore because we can just click on Instagram and girls are freely giving them to us. Is that bad to say? Should I not have said that? But like women on Instagram, it is kind of crazy. You don't really need to ask your girlfriend for any naked picture because you can easily. I could go right now and click Instagram, and within 5 seconds, bam. You know what I mean? So it's like, go and. I don't respect that either. I'm not saying that, but I'm just trying to be like a devil's advocate on.
You know what? That's actually that's the problem. That's what they have been the system have been putting on girls' mind all over, like the beginning
your
of
value is how
That
you
being
need to look
sexy, being
you need to look
sexual.
good, you need to be sexy, you need to do this to get that, so yeah, that's the whole problem,
that's the problem.
That's the problem. Who's perpetuating that? We got 5 minutes left. I want to ask y'all, who's perpetuating that problem? Because I might put some rap in the podcast, and what do I do? Do I get Cardi B? Y'all might not like Cardi B, but is she perpetuating that, or is the record label perpetuating
that? I think
it's
both sides are doing it. Both sides. And I think if she knows she can get the man attention by that, she's going to do it. And
not only men, but money, because money, because many of these girls do this because, like, listen, I know if I started to appear on my videos with with almost all my my a little bit of my kids, my channel will blow up.
I was wondering where she was going with this.
But unfortunately, it's that way. It's sad. It's sad.
Yeah, it's sad. Yeah.
Right. So I want to be like that. Can I? I just want to show my shit and get some money.
No, you can't stand up. We got to.
No, I can't do it. I can't show my shit. No, I'm joking.
The issue is that women can be as misogynistic as men.
Yes.
Right. That's what
a woman that expects to marry well, to marry a rich guy.
Right.
It's just misogynistic as a man.
Right.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
We all need to
deconstruct.
We all need to deconstruct. We all need to see. We were taught to get attention through how we look. So when you don't look as expected, which is my case, for instance, I'm overweight. We need to adapt or die, basically. So you look for a way to survive in a society that hates you because of how you look.
And it's kind of sad that they do that because they are giving that example to other girls, to little girls, telling them that what they're doing is fine.
Yeah,
If they want to get all this attention, do the same as I am doing. And
right.
that's when we as parents have to tell them, no, respect yourself. You can do better. Don't expect to marry a rich man to have the things that you want to have. Sorry, you know.
Okay. Well,
Yeah,
so we got
I think yeah, really quick. I just think that it's interesting that we speak about attention because it's something that I've noticed about society as a whole, that to a lot of people, attention is worth more than money. Like the pursuit of, yeah, clout, whatever, like whatever you want to call it, like having people pay attention to you is like a currency that's so strong, and like more so for our generation than anything. Like if you think about the things that we do, like social media and all that, like it's all about pushing yourself forward and sort of like saying fuck you to everything else, but like sort of pushing yourself forward to get people to pay attention to you. But yeah, we have less than a minute. Let's restart it. One more commercial.
so
and
we
then
can say bye to everyone.
yeah, so we can close it off properly. Yeah.
All right, perfect.
Hi. Hi there. My name is Will Rowlands, and I am not a paid actor. But when I do drink a cup of tea over here in sunny England, well, when it's sunny, I always and will only drink from my Go Deep mug. Life is so much clearer when you go deep.
Will Rowlands is not a paid actor, and this Go Deep mug will not make your day clearer. But if you do know anyone suffering from the lack of a Go Deep mug, please hit the link at the bottom. Prices do not vary, and this will not have any adverse effects on you. Get it?
We somehow we think we need validation through attention. So if what I tweet, it's liked and retweeted by 1,000 people, then it's worthy of saying.
Exacto.
And if I have 5,000 followers, I have 400. So if I have 5,000 followers, then I'm better in some weird way. I think that that's one of the worst things nowadays in social media. This thing of getting likes, getting retweets, getting followers, and not caring, because that draws you to do. You know, an Argentinian YouTuber made a video of a reaction video of Chadwick Boseman death, to the news of Chadwick Boseman death.
Oh, that guy,
that's insane. And he's a panelist in DC fandom for Latin America.
Damn.
Bad representation.
Bad representation.
Yeah.
So, that's the thing. You get in this voragine. You get caught up in this wheel of getting likes and getting more likes and getting comments and getting feedback and engagement and more. So you push the limits of your content. Shitty content. All to get
views, likes, retweets, reshare. Yeah. No, but what I was thinking of saying right now about the both sides have to work on this, and it's also started in the families, you know, the mother and the father. Like yeah, I understand that we need to tell our daughter or our boy, hey, you need to look good, you need to like dress, you need to, you know, but not make that like a requirement for like if you don't look this way, you won't have success, or you won't get this. And that's a responsibility that we as well, I don't have kids, but that's a responsibility that the parents have, you know. And also it's the same way when you try to educate your son not to bully other kids in the school. It's all start in the families.
Yeah.
And that we need to start changing that way of thinking, because I remember my grandmother, um, she always tell me, hey, you need to look good, you need to, you know. And it's something about the society. It's like they don't even have the fault of that. It's like we were like, people were like um talk that way, you know. But now we need to start changing
That
that
set of mind.
narrative.
Yeah.
But on the other hand, the social media don't help us, because it's like Paula says, you know, for in the other hand, you need that validation, you need that like, you need that retweet, you
Yeah.
need, like, you know. So it's difficult, but I think that both sides have to work on that,
Right.
men and women.
I think
I think
I think
it's
above all, sorry, Gio, above all, you need to lead by example.
Exactly.
You can't tell your kid not to bully and you being a bully.
Mm-hmm.
You can't do that, because the kid won't do what you tell him.
Exactly.
He will do what he
What you
sees
do.
you,
Mm-hmm.
Right.
because
Doing,
that
yeah,
kid
what he sees.
aspires to be like you. It's normal. It's instinct. It's
Right.
nature. We
Right.
aspire to be as our parents,
Right. Correct.
and eventually surpass them.
I think
But
it's
you
interesting,
need to lead by
Paula.
example.
I think it's interesting, Paula, that you brought up this journalist or YouTuber, sorry, whoever he was that was doing the reaction video to Chadwick, because we started this whole conversation talking about women on Instagram, sort of like, you know, pushing their body forwards and doing it themselves. But I agree, men absolutely too are desperate for attention, and like, if you think about someone, I just read this like super in-depth article on Rolling Stone about this guy Takeshi 6ix9ine, and I'm an old man, that's why I'm saying this fucking guy. I just found out about him. But if you like follow his arc, and it was like a fucking movie, the way that this person came into being famous. But that was it. Like, all this crazy shit that this person did, and the crimes that he did or allegedly didn't do. Oh, he's convicted, whatever. But yeah, like the stuff that he does is all this pursuit for fame and for clout and for attention, and it's absolutely on both sides. And it's like, I think, you know, we have to get it early. Like, people need to learn that. And I always put this like sort of on American society, and I know things are a little bit different down in Latin America, but American society is very much like, you're the most important person, and sort of everyone's behind you, and sort of everyone, and like the way that like our capitalism works and everything is like sort of like, the idea is, right, like, for you to have success, you sort of have to step over people, and that's sort of the sacrifice that you make. But then that makes it eventually where like things even out, but we're sort of losing the evening out part. Like, people aren't thinking about the evening out part. They're only thinking about their own self when they're doing stuff like that. And you know, I think other societies have their problems too, because if you look at like Japanese society, where everyone's equal, you know, they're dealing with all sorts of stuff as well, where they're dealing, you know, with suicides and stuff like that, because people don't know their own place within a society. If everything's within, like, if you're just a part of the cog, then what is your worth, right?
Right.
So it's sort of this balance of like, you're not the most worthy person ever, but you're not worthy at all. Like,
right.
Get yourself to understand that, and you have to start that early, and it's difficult, right? Because, you know, I don't have kids either, but like, you know, if I had a son or a daughter, I'm always gonna tell them, oh yeah, you're the best or whatever, because I don't even want them to fucking talk to me. I just want them to go away. But then, like, doing something like that, I'm fucking them up.
Right. No, and this goes. I got kids. I have 3 kids, and it's like, me and their mom is not together, but me and her, I've known her since she was like 18. So I've known her for a long time. I've known her since she was like 15. So we've developed like a relationship of knowing each other, loving each other, hating each other. But now growing up, it's like we learn it's better to be cool with each other to raise kids because they don't spaz out at everything or they don't cry because they know their mom and their daddy is cool. But look at this. I think growing up, we like what y'all was saying, we both got to figure some shit out. We both fucked up, her and me. You know what I mean? So now we look back at it now. I'm 38, she's 35. We look at it now like, damn, we had kids together. We thought we loved each other, all this other shit. But when we were hating each other for years, you know what I mean? So then we look back at it now like, damn, dog, we wasted so long fucking around, being stupid, hating each other, not talking to each other. You know, like sometimes she'll drop the kids off and just hand their book bag out the window, you know, like something like that. And the kids know that. The kids looking at it like, what's wrong with my mama?
They sense,
you know? Yeah, they sense it. So then you see it coming out in different ways, like in soccer. If something happened, like say somebody tripped up my daughter, at the time she would just stand up and cry. But it wasn't because of soccer. It was because of what me and her mama was doing. You know what I'm saying? So I've developed some type of mindset where I don't think men should be above. I don't think women should. I think somehow we got to do that shit together, you know, because it kind of works together, you know?
Yeah. When we understand that a relationship works both ways, and when we understand that we both, if you get separated, and it was not just her fault, it was also yours. You know, both had the same amount of fault in the relationship, and once we understand that, everything gets better, and we should do that for our kids. In my case, I have almost 11 years married right now. I have 2 kids, and we get sometimes in fights and all, and sadly when that happens, our kids are the one that suffer. They suffer when we have some fights, but then we like, okay, let's calm down and we talk, and then the thing gets better. And we do it not just, you know, for them, for the kids, but for us, because we want to, you know, we are the same. We are here, we do the same amount of things for the house, for our family. And so I think that when we balance, you know, the how you said that, what you're doing in your house,
responsibilities.
Responsibilities. There is no place to say I'm better than you. You're not as good as me. None of that.
Right.
Yeah.
Correct.
There's a big issue here with being able to accept one's flaws and accepting and saying I was wrong.
Yeah.
I thought this and I was wrong, and I'm sorry.
Right.
I'm human. There's this thing that we are all perfect and we can't, and you see it in Twitter every day and with scoopers and YouTubers. There's no way some people accept a mistake, and that's fucking human. I mean, it's like we always laugh because we say in the there was this thing with the new Batman suit that by Tinian Forth that was all shiny and weird, and we in a live we laugh at it and made jokes about it, and then the author said that it was from a dream sequence. It wasn't the new Batman suit for the comics. So the next live we said, okay, so we are going to do something was never made on YouTube. We are going to accept we were wrong.
Right.
So and we laugh about it, but that's the thing. It's like impossible to accept this, that you can make a mistake.
We don't have to take ourselves very serious.
Yeah,
sometimes.
I think that's what 100% what you got to do, and a lot of times with the divorce rate and all this shit, you rarely see people together and happy, but a lot of times we gotta accept that we've been wrong, or we've been raised wrong, or we've been taught wrong. You know, because I remember times, and I always go back to my baby mama because that's where I pick from or choose from. But I don't remember times when I'd be like, "Yeah, I'm bringing home the money, and I bought this house," and I thought I was the man, but then I didn't. All that stupid thinking made me diminish who she was, you know. So then now my kids growing up, and I'm on my own, but we live real close together. But when I see, like, we did a photo shoot with my kids the other day, and I text her and I was telling her to get my daughter ready and all this, and they come looking perfect. They're cute. But that's what she did, you know. I could bring home money, but I didn't know how to do hair, or I didn't know how to do shit like that. So when you don't have that, you're like, damn, I took for granted this cool chick because I didn't know she was cool. I was, I wasn't thinking at the time, and that's so now growing up, you do have to check yourself, dog. You kind of got to look back and you be like, damn, I was stupid for a long time, so that contributes to these breakups, man. We probably don't know what we're doing,
Yeah.
Well, that's the deconstruction we were talking earlier.
Right, correct.
How you analyze how you were raised, how you were taught, what you were taught,
right,
and how that applies to reality, and how that works out for you.
Right.
How what you were taught works out in your relationship at work, with your kids, and everything. Like you were raised by your parents or wherever in a way. Was it okay? Was it not? How you raise your kids? The same way? Different? Like my father, when I would screw up, he would hit me. Not, I don't know. For me, it was normal. Like I don't know. I won't hit my kids because there's been a huge paradigm shift.
Yeah.
When I was a kid in the 80s, I was so fucking impossible, I must say. So, but besides that, being a kid in the 80s, it's not as being the kids now, 2020. So things evolved. How are we not going to evolve ourselves?
Correct.
In the past 20, 30 years, there have been so many changes. We need to acknowledge that. And we can't see this, things the same way as we did it 20 years ago, 30 years ago. There's no way. I don't think it's possible to do that, and that's evolution. It's evolve and adapt or die or be left behind.
That's perfectly said. But I don't want to get into another deep conversation, and we got to do a whole other segment. So I want to give y'all a proper outro, because normally we don't, like me and Gio, we might have 2 segments and then we're done. We talked a lot, so I really want to thank y'all for the content y'all gave me, and give a proper outro, but also say something in Spanish to your people at home or your friends, or because I can't speak Spanish. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna cut this up and use a drop like I'm actually made it to that country. So all right, so we'll start with let's start with Yara. She's been quiet for a while. Just tell everybody where we can find you. Tell everybody about your YouTube. Just plug whatever you want and say hi to your fans, pretty much.
Okay, so this is in English, and then
you can say it in English and Spanish.
Okay, first of all, I thank you and Gio for inviting us. This year has been a very bad year, but we had a few good news, like the Snyder Cut, and the people that we know because of that. So I'm very thank you for that. Yes, well, I have a YouTube channel. It's called Movie Addiction Pty. because I'm addicted to movies. And you can find me on YouTube that way, Movie Addiction Pty, and also our channel, Sirenas de Gotham, obviously. And on Twitter, my name Yara Madrinan, and also in Instagram. But I do need to tell you that I don't post pictures, you know. Like,
Darn it, darn it.
And yeah, para la gente, no sé, de habla hispana que nos vaya a escuchar, de verdad que los invitamos a que se pasen por el canal de Sirenas de Gotham, se pasen por mi canal también y también por el podcast de estos chicos fabulosos que nos han invitado acá a hablar con ellos. La verdad que es muy bueno hacer este tipo de cosas y esto nos une más y bueno, un saludo para todos.
She complimented us, Felix.
Oh, okay. I didn't know, but it sounded so beautiful. I was like, yes, yes. I love hearing it, man. I hate to say it. I hate to say it, but I love hearing like the Spanish language. It's just so pretty.
It's beautiful.
Thank
Beautiful. It just rolls, you know, like compared to English. Listen at me, it's like blah 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 blah. But y'all are like blah 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 blah. You know, it's just it's very beautiful. Thank you. All right, Joanna, you're next.
I wanted to say thank you both for inviting us. This was an amazing experience. I was nervous. Now I don't feel that nervous anymore. Thank you very much for this. You can see me if you want in Sirenas de Gotham. Please subscribe and all of that. My Twitter is, how can I say that in English? En español es Majo Joby. That's in Spanish. In English, well, people that follows me are fine, they know. Okay. And well, en Spanish, gracias a todos por vernos siempre. Siempre de estar pendientes de lo que hacemos. Gracias por sus comentarios. Nosotros estamos muy agradecidas con ustedes por vernos y por apoyarnos. I also wanted to say that thank you for this opportunity for us, so people can see what we're doing in this YouTube channel, and let other people know our work. Thank you.
No problem. And we will have you ladies back again. We usually just recycle the same guests over and over and over. That's up to Gio.
I was gonna say that I hope that it's not the last time. You know?
No, we'll get you back, definitely.
No,
because
we'll get you back.
Yeah, I love these conversations, and trust me, ladies.
And you can learn a little bit of Spanish.
Yeah. No, my last girlfriend was from Mexico, and she used to try to teach me, but I'm just dumb. I'm sorry. I'm just dumb. All right, let's see. Paula, you're next.
So I was feeling very, very, very guilty because being with the Watchmen and not being able to keep up the thoughts and not being able to interact as much as I'd like. So I was really looking forward. I loved when Gio invited us to speak here, because I really wanted to go deep.
And we wanted to go deep for a while.
Hey, let me stand up and no, I'm joking.
We made all this progress. What are you doing?
So I'm really happy we got to do that, and I'm really happy I vanquished my self-conscious demon about my English speaking. I was yeah we were kind of rusty, so I thought, oh, they won't get what I say. I won't be able to put 3 words and make sense. I want to thank you both for having us and you Pili for making a great interview because you have to keep up and bring words and bring questions that help us also expose what we think. So thank you both for having us and also hoping to do it again sometime soon.
Yes.
Gracias a todos por los que nos siguen, nos encuentran en Sirenas de Gotham. Yo soy Palita 4 Real en Twitter. Si no me quieren seguir, no me importa. Si me quieren seguir, genial. Y bueno, nada, miren Go Deep, miren Sirenas. So if you subscribe to Sirenas de Gotham, keep in mind that most of our videos get automatic subtitles and they have the chance to be automatic translated. It is sort of shitty translation, but it helps. And you can also like, subscribe, retweet, tweet, and all that. Y gracias a todos.
So I just realized y'all are saying Gotham City Sirens, maybe?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
That's our name. That's our name.
See?
Yeah,
I told you.
Sirens.
I told you. I'm stupid.
Now you realize.
Thank you. I just got it. When she said Gotham, I was like, all right. Maybe they're talking about Gotham City Sirens. I get it.
Yeah, that's our channel. That's the name of our channel.
I get it. Perfect. So, I definitely want to do this again because I want to get back. I want to ask y'all more about Gotham City Sirens, and I want to ask you more about Suicide Squad coming up. But we can do another podcast another time. Y'all just let Gio know or me. I'll try to edit this up, and maybe it'll be out tomorrow morning. How about that?
Perfect.
Right.
Yeah,
Let
definitely.
us
You guys
know
should.
so we can hear.
Yeah, you guys should definitely join us again. This is such a great conversation. Super insightful. Like, we don't do them this long ever, and we had to cut it off because
Latinas,
hell yeah.
It did get a little heated a couple of times, but no, thank you for. I think like we started this talking about how we don't have enough women on podcasts at all. So thank you for coming on to Go Deep. Thank you for representing the Latin community and representing women here. This conversation was so good. We learned. I personally learned a lot. I don't know if he did. He's standing over there. I realized I'm pointing my hand over here because you're over there, but you might not be over there.
No, over here you're looking at somewhere else. But yeah, no, I've learned a lot. I've learned a lot. You know, just because, having conversations with women sometimes they allow you to learn more about yourself because they don't let bullshit slide that maybe a guy would, A guy know you're slipping and they're just like, oh, he's cool. But then a girl like, no, you got to work on this shit and this, that, and other. So it kind of elevates, it's going to elevate the listeners and it'll elevate the channel as well. We continue to have these type of conversations,
And that's what I tried to mention last week. Oh my God, what's going on outside? That's what I tried to mention last week about, that's what we've been trying to do this past month is to really, when we talk about go deep, it's not just like going deep on aliens. We want to go deep on all sorts of topics and going deep just to get to know you guys better. Somebody was like, Yara, I think you were like, I didn't do much in the movement. Yeah, I think every person is a fundamental part of this movement. Like if you think about it, there's no way that we get to the announcement without every single little thing that anyone did to get us here. Be it one tweet, be it whatever the fuck it was, it needed to happen to get even the haters. Like we needed the haters to like push us
to make more buzz.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
To push us to do more. So no, you guys are absolutely needing this community and the work that you guys are doing, like I said, is an inspiration. Like I just it's really good what you're doing, and I look forward to listening to the podcast more and more. And as you said, Paula, like even if you don't know Spanish, you can listen to it and check out the subtitles. And if you get lost, just tweet at someone and we'll figure it out. So, and you guys always have a live chat too. So like now you know that 3 of the Sirenas speak perfect English. So they'll be able to type into the live chat like your question in English, and they'll be able to translate it, no problem. So. Thank you so much for joining the podcast. Really, like this was awesome.
Hell yeah. Thank you, ladies.
Okay,
Thank you,
thank
ladies.
you.
I'll see you later, and I'll tag you all on Twitter tomorrow.
Perfect.
Okay.
All right?
Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you. Thank you.
Goodbye. Take
Adios.
care.
Yep.
Stay
Bye-bye.
safe.
Stay safe. You all are beautiful, by the way. Except Gio. Except Gio.
Not me. But look at that lighting. That lighting is good.
Oh my God.
Bye.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye bye.